Running the advanced JAX-RS example application. This chapter describes how to build and run the customer sample application. This example application is a RESTful web service that uses JAX-B to perform the create, read, update, delete CRUD operations for a specific entity. The customer example application. The customer sample application is in the TUT install. Examples: JAX-RS Customer Directory. See Chapter 2, using the tutorial examples for basic information on building and running sample applications. The customer application source files. The source files of this application are at TUT install. Examples: JAX-RS Customer SRC Java. This application has the following source files: the customer service class, the XSD schema for the customer application, the customer service class, path, customer public class, customer service public static final string data store equal customer data, txt, public static final logger equal logger, get logger customer service, class, get canonical name, post, consumes application, XML public response create customer type customer try long customer id equal persist customer, return response, created URI, create semicolon plus customer id, build, catch exception e throw new web application exception e, response, status, internal server error, private long persist customer type customer throws I exception file data file equal new file data store, if data file exists data file, create new file, long customer id equal customer, get it, properties equal new properties, load new file input stream data file, properties, set property string, value of customer id, customer, get first name plus comma plus customer, get last name plus comma plus customer, get email plus comma plus customer, get city plus comma plus customer, get country, properties, store new file output stream data store, null, return customer id. The customer service class has a create customer method that creates a customer resource based on the customer type and returns a URI for the new resource. The persist method emulates the behavior of the JPA entity manager. This example uses a Java util properties file to store data. If you are using the default configuration of Glassfish, the properties file is as install. Glassfish domains. Domain 1, customer data, txt. The response that is returned to the client has a URI to the newly created resource. The return type is an entity body map from the property of the response with a status code specified by the status property of the response. The web application exception is a runtime exception that is used to wrap the appropriate HTTP error status code, such as 404, 406, 415, or 500. The consumes application, XML and produces application. XML annotations set the request and response media types to use the appropriate MIME client. These annotations can be applied to a resource method, a resource class, or even to an entity provider. If you do not use these annotations, JAX-RS allows the use of any media type. The following code snippet shows the implementation of the getCustomer and findbyId methods. The getCustomer method uses the produces annotation and returns a JAX element with a customer type object, which is a JAX-B XML-based entity, generated through the XJC binding compiler. Get path id produces application, XML public JAX element, customer type, get customer, path paramid string customer id customer type customer equal null, try customer equal findbyId customer id. Catch exception x, logger, log level, severe, error calling search customer for customer id 0, 1, new object customer id x, get message, return new object factory, Create customer customer. Private customer type findbyId string customer. It throws I exception properties. Properties equal new properties. Properties. Load new file input stream data store. String raw data equal properties. Get property customer id. If raw data equal no final string field equal raw data. Split comma. Object factory obj factory equal new object factory. Customer type customer equal obj factory. Create customer type. Customer. Set first name field 0. Customer. Set last name field 1. Customer. Set email field 2. Customer. Set city field 3. Customer. Set country field 4. Customer. Set it integer. Parse and customer id. Return customer. Return null. The XSD schema for the customer application. A sample XSD schema for the customer entity is as follows. XML version equal 1. 0. XS. Schema target namespace equal HTTP. Examples. Oracle. XMLNS. XS equal HTTP. W3. Org. 2001. XMLSCHEMA element form default equal qualified XMLNS. Or equal HTTP. Examples. Oracle. XS. Element name equal customer type equal aura. Customer type. XS. Complex type name equal customer type. XS. Sequence. XS. Element name equal int type equal XS. Int. XS. Element name equal first name type equal XS. String. XS. Element name equal last name type equal XS. String. XS. Element name equal city type equal XS. String. XS. Element name equal country type equal XS. String. XS. Sequence XS. Complex type XS. Schema. The customer client class. Jersey is the reference implementation of JAX-RS JSR 311. You can use the Jersey client API to write a test client for the customer example application. You can find the Jersey APIs at http Jersey Java Net known of Apodex latest Jersey. The customer client class calls Jersey APIs to test the customer service web service. Package customer. REST. Client. Import Oracle. Examples. Customer type. Import Oracle. Examples. Object factory. Import Sun. Jersey. API. Client. Import Sun. Jersey. API. Client response. Import Sun. Jersey. API. Client. Web resource. Import Java. Util. Logging. Level. Import Java. Util. Logging. Logger. Import JAX. WS. RS. Core. Media type. Import JAVAX. XML. Bind. JAX element. Public class customer client public static final logger equal logger. Get logger customer client. Class. Get canonical name. Public static void main string args client equal client. Create. Define the URL for testing. The example application. Web resource equal client. Resource HTTP. Localhost. 8080. Customer. Object factory equal new object factory. Test the post method customer type equal new customer type. Customer type. Set it 1. Customer type. Set first name Duke. Customer type. Set last name of Java. Customer type. Set city Java town. Customer type. Set country USA. JAX element. Customer type. Customer equal factory. Create customer type. Client response equal web resource. Type application. XML. Post client response. Class customer. Logger. Info post status. 0 plus response. Get status. If response. Get status 201 logger. Info post succeeded. Else logger. Info post failed. Test the GET method using content negotiation response equal web resource. Path 1. Accept media type. Application XML. Get client response. Class. Customer type entity equal response. Get entity customer type. Class. Logger. Info JET status. Plus response. Get status. If response. Get status 200 logger. Info JET succeeded. City is plus entity. Get city. Else logger. Info JET failed. Test the delete method response equal web resource. Path 1. Delete client response. Class. Logger. Info delete status. Plus response. Get status. If response. Get status 204 logger. Info delete succeeded no content. Else logger. Info delete failed. Response equal web resource. Path 1. Accept media type. Application XML. Get client response. Class. Entity equal response. Get entity customer type. Class. Logger. Info JET status. Plus response. Get status. Try logger. Info entity. Get city. Catch null pointer exception NE. As expected, returns null. Because you have deleted the customer. Logger. Info after delete, city is. Plus NE. Get cause. This Jersey client tests the post, get, and delete methods. All of these HTTP status codes indicate success. 201 for post, 200 for JT, and 204 for delete. For details about the meanings of HTTP status codes, see HTTP W3 org. Protocols RFC 2616 RFC 2616 second 10 HTML building, packaging, deploying, and running the customer example. You can build, package, deploy, and run the customer application by using either NetBeans IDE or the Ant tool. To build, package, and deploy the customer example using NetBeans IDE. This procedure builds the application into the following directory. Tut install. Examples. JAX-RS. Customer. Build. Web. The contents of this directory are deployed to the Glassfish server. From the File menu, choose Open Project. In the Open Project dialog, navigate to Tut install. Examples. JAX-RS. Select the customer folder. Select the Open as Main Project checkbox. Click Open Project. It may appear that there are errors in the source files, because the files refer to JAXB classes that will be generated when you build the application. You can ignore these errors. In the Projects tab, right-click the customer project and select Deploy, to build, package, and deploy the customer example using it. In a terminal window, go to Tut install. Examples. JAX-RS. Customer. Type the following command, and this command calls the default target, which builds and packages the application into a WAR file. Customer. WAR, located in this directory. Type the following command, and deploy. Typing this command deploys customer. WAR to the Glassfish server, to run the customer example using the Jersey client. In NetBeans IDE, expand the source packages node. Expand the customer. REST. Client node. Right-click the customer client. Java file and click Run File. The output of the client looks like this. Run, January 18, 2011 to 4:20 p.m. Customer. Rest. Client. Customer client main info. Post status. January 18, 2011 to 4:20 p.m. Customer. Rest. Client. Customer client main info. Post succeeded January 18, 2011 to 4:20 p.m. Customer. No build successful. Total time 5 seconds. To run the customer example using the web services tester. In NetBeans IDE, right-click the customer node and click Test RESTful Web Services. The step deploys the application and brings up a test client in the browser. When the test client appears, select the customer resource node in the left pane. Paste the following XML code into the content text box, replacing insert content here. XML version equal 1. 0 encoding equal UTF-8. Or customer XMLNS. Or equal HTTP. Examples. Oracle. Com XMLNS. G equal HTTP. W3. Org. 2001. XMLSCHEMA instance G. Schema location equal HTTP. Examples. Oracle. Com customer. XSD. Or id. 1. Or id. Or first name. Duke. Or first name. Or last name. Of Java. Or last name. Or city. Java town. Or city. Or country. USA. Or country. Or customer. You can find the code in the file customer. Sample input. TXT. Click test. The following message appears in the window below. Status. 201 created. Below it is a post request failed message, which you can ignore. Expand the customer node and click id. Type 1 in the id field and click test to test the GT method. The following status message appears. Status. 200 OK. The XML output for the resource appears in the response window. XML version equal 1. 0 encoding equal UTF-8. Customer XMLNS equal HTTP. Examples. Oracle. Com. Id. 1. Id. First name. Duke. First name. Last name. Of Java. Last name. City. Java town. City. Country. USA. Country. Customer. A get for a non-existent Idaho also returns a 200 Oklahoma status, but the output in the response window shows no content. XML version equal 1. 0 encoding equal UTF-8. Customer XMLNS equal HTTP. Examples. Oracle. Com XMLNS. G equal HTTP. W3. Org. 2001. XMLSCHEMA instance G. Nil equal true. You can test other methods as follows. Click put, type the input for an existing customer, modify any content except the id value, and click test to update the customer fields. A successful update returns the following status message. Status. 303 see other, click delete, type the Idaho for an existing customer, and click test to remove the customer. A successful delete returns the following status message. Status. 303 see other. Using curl to run the customer example application. Curl is a command line tool that you can use to run the customer application on Unix platforms. You can download curl from http curl hex say or add it to a Cygwin installation. To add a new customer and test the post method, use the following command. Curl I, data, sample input, txt, header content type, application, XML HTTP, localhost, 8080. Customer. Customer. A successful post returns an HTTP status. 201 created status. To retrieve the details of a customer whose ID is 1, use the following command. $xgthttp. Localhost. 8080. Customer. Customer. 1. A successful GT returns an HTTP status. 200 Oklahoma status. To delete a customer record, use the following command. $delete HTTP. Localhost. 8080. Customer. Customer. 1. A successful delete returns an HTTP status. 303 status.